Hello, everybody. This is Ken Tucker with Changescape Web. Welcome to the Real Producers Partners podcast. And today I've got Kevin Pannebecker, who is the VP of Marketing for both Mr. Fix-It and Upkeep Home Warranty and Maintenance. Welcome, Kevin.
Thank you, Ken. I appreciate it.
Yeah. So let's just jump right in. So how did Upkeep get started?
Originally, it started out as a subscription-based maintenance company a number of years ago.
Okay.
And for that to work, you needed a large volume of subscribers. And we weren't getting the number of subscribers we wanted. Plus, the market we were getting wasn't who we thought we were going to get. We thought we would get the elderly and maybe first-time home buyers, things like that. What we found out was we were getting a group of people that we were calling Neil Nicehouse, which is, very successful professionals that just didn't want to spend any time or money doing that kind of stuff. And of course, that's a smaller group of people than what we originally thought we were going after.
Okay.
So we did some analysis. We had a business consultant recommend that, hey, you got this maintenance stuff down great. What you need to add to it is the home warranty component. And that was kind of shocking to us because we hadn't really thought about a home warranty before.
Right.
So we spent about a year doing research and doing focus group studies with realtors and brokers, finding out what they hated about home warranty and if that was something that we can improve upon. And then we modified it's just routine to become Upkeep Home Warranty and Maintenance. It was about 3.5 years ago.
Okay. So do you still have the subscription plan for the maintenance?
No, it's not. It's not the subscription plan for the maintenance anymore. We got all of our eggs in the home warranty and maintenance basket. So we're doing maintenance visits 4 times per year as part of our home warranty coverage.
Oh, okay, cool. So what areas do you guys serve?
We serve the Missouri side of the St. Louis Metro, which is St. Louis City County, St. Charles, Jefferson County, Lincoln, Warren, and Gasconade County. I'm sorry, Franklin County at this point.
Okay. All right, cool. But nothing on the Illinois side.
Nothing on the Illinois side yet.
Okay, cool. So how do you think you guys differ from other home warranty companies?
The first big one is the fact that we actually go out and do maintenance because none of the other home warranty companies do. That's not their business model. So there were 4 main things that came out in those focus group studies that I mentioned earlier. The first one was they had problems with home warranty companies because they would deny a claim due to lack of maintenance. So, well, if we're doing the maintenance, then how can we deny the claim, right? We're the ones doing the work, so we can take care of things. The second one was you could never tell who's going to show up at your house to do the work, or whether you even want to let that person in your house.
Right.
And so we use our own employees to do the work. They wear logoed shirts. The vehicles are wrapped. So everybody knows who's coming to their door, and they get to know the technician because they're there 4 times a year, maybe more if there's some claims, but they get to know the people. And so it's much more personal business relationship in that way as well. The third big complaint was you could never tell who you're going to talk to on the phone. You might get somebody really helpful one day, but then in a few weeks later, just get somebody just a complete jerk. And so we assign them something we call a home manager. And that home manager's job is to not only go out and meet the client when they first sign up, but we also get a record of what's covered in the house, including models and serial numbers of appliances and heating, cooling system, those kind of things. Answer any questions they may have, face to face. And then that person, the home manager, is then responsible for scheduling those 4 maintenance visits. And that's also the client's point of contact if they have any questions about what's going on or they're confused about something.
Okay.
And then the fourth big point was the other contracts are very difficult to read a lot of times. And so we made ours very simple, very transparent. You can even take a look at our full contract right on our website, which again is something that some of the home warranty companies offer and some don't. But we right there, there's a link. They can go and read the full contract before they even sign up if they wish.
Okay. So you guys do all of the maintenance if an HVAC unit broke or something like that, or how does that work?
The warranty covers plumbing, electrical, appliances, and the heating and cooling system. Okay. And so then we do a spring and fall clean and check on the heating and cooling system, so you don't need a separate heating and cooling contract, which can save them some money as well. We have a couple of guys who have their EPA certifications, so they know what they're doing if they're having to recover refrigerant or add refrigerant and those types of things, making sure they're following all the proper EPA regulations. And so, we can go in and replace furnaces and ACs if we need to. We can go in and repair or replace appliances. And of course, we can take care of plumbing and electrical leaks.
Okay.
Well, electrical problems, not electrical, a plumbing leak and electrical problem.
There you go. All right, cool. So tell me how, I love the model that you have because subscriptions are really important for anybody in the home services business.
Mhm.
It's really the only way that I think you can build your business.
Mhm.
Otherwise, it's a project here, a project there. You might, like you mentioned, HVAC. Maybe an HVAC company has an twice a year clean and check kind of a program,
Mhm.
but that's about it. What you guys have done, I think, is brilliant because, and there's a great book out there called Subscribed. I don't know if you've ever read it, but we're
I know.
living in a subscription world.
We
Yeah,
are.
everything we buy is subscriptions these days. I
Okay.
mean, whether it's Apple Music, whether it's
Mhm.
Netflix, or what other streaming service you like. Even cars are moving toward a subscription-based model where you don't buy a car and own the car, you subscribe to it,
Right.
and you can change your subscription whenever you want. But that subscription also includes, the insurance and the maintenance of the vehicle as well.
Yeah.
So it's a great book. I'd highly recommend checking it out.
I
But
will. Thank you.
it's absolutely the world we're moving to, for sure.
Yes, we
So
agree completely. Yeah.
yeah. So tell me, how do you guys go to market? How do you find your ideal customers?
Well, still traditionally, most warranties were sold through the realty market, whether through realtors, whether it was the seller paying for it, the buyer paying for it, or a combination of both. And so on the Mr. Fix-It side of the business, we had done a great job of building up a lot of relationships with realtors before we rolled this out. And so it was a natural market for them to talk to us about, oh, well, you got this warranty thing. Maybe we can talk with you about this as well. And so a big part of the go-to-market has been continuing and maintaining those realty relationships. But we also have a retail component involved, and we were doing advertising on radio stations and pulling in information and leads that way, because this is something that obviously can be sold to anybody. You don't have to just purchase the home. You could have been in your home for years and decide that you want to get a home warranty. And so we wanted to get that word out by doing the radio advertising as well. We've done referral marketing programs with existing clients and with realtors and things like that too, just to continue spreading the information about what we do and what we can offer. There's a few things.
What do you think the biggest myth is that people think about home warranty programs?
Um, I think one of the biggest thing is they think you should only get one when you first buy a home. So they're
Right.
not thinking that, if you've already been in my home for 4 years or 5 years, I haven't had a home warranty before, can I get one? And the answer is, yeah, you certainly can. And the process is still the same. We'll still come in, we'll do the onboarding, we'll make sure that we know what they have on hand, that answer any questions they have, and then we'll kick in, start doing the quarterly maintenance, as quickly as we can to make sure that everything's covered properly.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. I would imagine that. I mean, have you guys seen an uptick in home warranty requests um, since so many people are waiving inspections in this crazy home buyers market?
Yeah, there's been a little bit of that. There's also our business actually doubled last year, and because
Wow.
our model is different, and from the traditional home warranty, and so we are seeing some uptick. And we talk to buyers, and they say, we hired an inspector for our information. We didn't want it to delay the sale or cause the seller any heartache, but we just wanted to know what was going on ourselves. And
Right.
so then they'll call us, with the warranty, and then we'll go out there and we'll do the onboarding process and figure out what's happening or what's going on with any of their appliances or things. So yeah.
Okay. Cool. So, do you guys have any strategic partners, or any other businesses that you work with in the home services related business? Is that something you guys have ever looked at or explored? You mentioned referral marketing, but I didn't know if that was only really as it relates to your customers referring you or how that works.
At this stage, it's our customers referring us and other realtors. We are building more of a preferred partner program. On the Mr. Fix-It side, which is the handyman side, we've had different types of referral partners for years. And so we're still just kind of using some of those very same ones on the upkeep side. Our warranty doesn't cover a roof, and gutters, for instance, but we have a partner for that we know has done work all around the St. Louis area, and they're reputable. In fact, it was the same company I used to replace the roof on my home after a storm. So we tend to use the ones that we refer, and so we have a lot of specialty people, whether it's radon people that we refer, mold mitigation, or those types of things. So we have these different partners that we refer people to, and we're finding that those same kind of partners apply very well on the home upkeep, home warranty side, because of course the home warranty doesn't cover everything. So we have these people who we had experience with, and we know do a great job, and we can feel comfortable referring them to those clients too.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. So let's see here. What have you done recently that's helped you most professionally? Whether it's reading a particular business book or hiring the business consultant that you talked about, anything that jumps to your mind that you want to talk about?
I am an avid reader, so sometimes it's hard to bring up one. But interestingly enough, there's a book I had a particular agent recommend it to me, and it's called The Shift. And it's about the shift in the market, going from the current very, very strong seller's market to moving over to a buyer's market, and how that's going to affect how the realtors have to do marketing and promotion themselves, and how that can also greatly affect their profitability. And by understanding a little bit about what the realtor is going to have to experience in that side, that can help us be a better partner for them, saying, okay, you're probably seeing this. Here's how we can help. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, as you can see behind me, I like to read as well. So I'm a StoryBrand certified guide and a Business Made Simple coach, and a gazillion other digital marketing certifications. And I mean, to me, it's we live in a world where you have to kind of stay up to date with what's going on to be able to adapt and change. If we've learned anything over the last few years, so cool. The Shift, I'll have to check that out. Mm-hmm. So tell me a little bit more about Mr. Fix-It.
Mr. Fix-It's a handyman service. We call ourselves a handyman service on steroids. And the reason for it is, we're local. It's not a franchise. It's been around here for years. We use our own employees, again, to do the work. We provide free estimates. We have a lot of realtors that will send us either the inspection report or the addendum to the inspection report, saying here are the things that need to be fixed. And then we will come out, do a free estimate, and then we do a line item bid on every one of those things. So maybe there are 4 things that were called out that the seller and the buyer are going to try and get worked out between them. So we give them price on each one of those, because that helps in negotiations. Because what you find is that sellers always underestimate how much it costs to fix something, and buyers always overestimate how much it costs to fix something. And so by having a solid number here, it helps with the negotiations. And sometimes they get negotiated out completely, which is okay, because later on the buyer comes back to us frequently and says, hey, these things we had talked about, we'd like to revisit them. Can you come back out and maybe take care of this work for us? As I said, we use our own guys. So our guys, provide them with healthcare, and we have workers' comp. And so nobody's going to get problems if for some reason somebody gets injured on their property. And we do provide a 1-year warranty on our labor. And it's fully transferable. So if a seller had paid for the repairs, something goes wonky in a few months, the buyer is still covered. And we're the only handyman service in the St. Louis area that I'm aware of offers a 1-year warranty on their labor. So it's a wide variety of different things. And because our guys have got multi-skills, sometimes it may be just the one guy coming in and he gets everything done, whether it's electrical and plumbing or carpentry all at the same time, rather than having to get all sorts of different contractors to come in and take care of it for you.
Okay. So is most of that driven from a real estate transaction, or do you get a lot of business just from people calling up and say, hey, I've got this problem going on. I don't know who to call or who can come and fix this problem?
A few years ago, it was probably about 70% realtor driven. Now it's about 45% realtor driven. Again, a lot of that's because of what's going on in the market is that sellers just don't have to pay for these things. So we're getting an awful lot of referrals from our existing clients, getting things off Google, Better Business Bureau. We're finding those areas are also been very lucrative for us in getting leads and talking to people.
Okay, cool. So I've put your websites here and encourage people to go check those out for sure. It really fascinating. I love what I'm hearing, because it's clear that you guys have thought a lot about who your ideal customers are, how you go to market, and that's music to my ears, certainly. So
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah. Oh,
cool.
good. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. So let's talk about maybe a couple of the most interesting projects that you guys have worked on over the last 6 months. I realize you can't disclose any customer client related information, but maybe if you could talk about some interesting projects.
Well, on the upkeep side, maintenance is maintenance. There's nothing really, sexy about that, but it has to be done. But every once in a while, we're going to come across an issue where there's a problem with an AC unit, and we're able to go in there and take care of it, for the client, and make them happy. We're pretty responsive in how quickly we're able to get our guys out there to not only respond to the call, but then to get our guys out there to take care of the work. The biggest probably challenge has been still some of the supply chain issues. There's still been some delays in getting parts that we may need here and there. So I don't know if there's anything really, it's a fun business. I love what I'm doing, but it's not really a sexy business,
Yeah, yeah. So, but surely you've had some really interesting projects that you've been called in to work on.
Probably more so on the Mr. Fix-It side, and that could just
Okay.
be, the variety of repairs that we're called on. We get calls for people all the time saying, "Hey, I've got, these types of things that need to be done, or these types of things that need to be done." But the what we're finding is it seems to be getting pretty consistent, that it always seems to be some kind of an electrical issue or some kind of a carpentry issue,
Okay.
whether there's rotting wood, or window sills, or the window sashes are rotting because of rain and those types of things. And so we're able to go in there and help them basically rebuild, part of their house without a massive expenditure to get all brand new windows or get whole brand new front door assembly, things like that. So we like to try and do things that will make the customer secure in what's going on with their home, but then also make sure that they're not going to be charged, $50,000 for a huge remodel.
Yeah, yeah. So what's an interesting place that you've been to personally, and why did you decide to go there?
Just like on a vacation or a trip?
Yeah.
Okay. Gosh, I have traveled a lot as well.
Okay.
A few years ago, my wife and I actually hiked down to the bottom of the Grand Canyon,
Okay.
stayed overnight at the Phantom Ranch, and hiked back up the next day. Don't recommend it for very many people, but it was a great experience. I mean, when you get to the bottom of the canyon, and there's a thermometer down there that tells you what the temperature is on the south rim and at the bottom of the canyon. And at the bottom of the canyon, it was 117 degrees. And the south rim, it was 87 degrees. So that's one of those things where you're going through so much water in your system, you don't even know you're sweating because it's so hot and dry.
Wow.
But it was a fantastic trip. We got to see a lot of those great national monuments and parks that are in the southwest part of the United States. It's hard to imagine some of the beauty that you can see in Utah and Arizona and things like that. And really need to spend some time visiting some of the national parks that are out that way. Yeah.
Yeah. Why is it so hot down at the bottom of the canyon?
The air is still, and it just comes down and just kind of bakes. So
Wow.
There's no real wind up above you like there can be on the south rim.
Okay.
And yeah. And then what's funny, the Colorado, which of course is going through there, that water is actually fairly chilly.
Right.
So yeah, you can go from very hot to very chilly in no time if you fall in.
Wow. Yeah, that's a fantastic part of the world. I had a chance to go to Zion last November, and it's just absolutely beautiful. You've got to go if you've never been. There's and the north rim of the Grand Canyon's great.
Yeah.
I don't know if you had a chance to go there, but that's pretty cool as well. I've been able to do that. So
yeah, we've been to Zion, and you get to go to some of those others, like the arches, and some of the things that are on the Navajo Nation lands. It's really truly amazing. So
yeah, we were at Canyon de Chelly last year as well. So that was
very cool.
That was really cool. Yeah. So I love to travel as well. It's one of my favorite things. And anymore, I love driving vacations, especially when you go out west, just because for me, it's the journey is the vacation.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I agree.
Yeah. All right. So if you had one ask of our listeners, what would that be for both of your businesses?
Just to check us out. There's always ways that we need to get the word out about us more, and so we simply ask that you check into us. On the Mr. Fix-It side, because the estimates are free, we ask for an audition. Just give us a call and see if we can come in and do the work for you. And then on the UPKEEP side, take a look at the website. It answers a lot of questions, but then you can always call us and we'll help you out with anything that you might have as well. So just ask. All we ask is that you check us out.
Yeah, cool. Well, so I'm a duct tape marketing certified consultant, and I don't know if you're familiar with that, but we've got this concept called the marketing hourglass, and it's the sales funnel looked at in a different way.
Okay.
And you hit many of the key points. So it's know, like, and trust, the classic marketing, things that people need to know, like, and trust you before they're going to buy from you.
Mm-hmm.
But before that is typically a try offer. So a free estimate, like you mentioned about, is the try offer. Then there's the purchase, and then you flip over the hourglass and you've got repeat and refer.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're already doing those things as well. So kudos to you. That's really awesome. So
Thank you.
Yeah. Kevin, how are there any other ways that people can get a hold of you other than these two websites, or are these the best places? I assume your social media is all linked here as well.
It is, but the UPKEEP number is 636-387-7331 if you want to speak to somebody directly. The Mr. Fix-It number is 636-486-1011. And of course, you can contact us via email. I'm at kevin@upkeep.homes or kevin@mrfixitstl.com.
Okay, awesome. Well, thanks so much, Kevin. I enjoyed talking with you, and best of luck to you and your business, and look forward to connecting with you up again.
You bet. Thank you, Ken. I appreciate very much the opportunity.
All right. Thank you.
You bet. Take care.
All right.